Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rubies. So in this video I'm going to be showing you guys how to draft a pattern for a senator top. With this pattern you can make any senator style you want. You can make the one with the front placket, you can make the one with the zipper by the shoulder. So I'm going to be giving you guys a detailed tutorial on how to do this. Please subscribe to this channel if you've not subscribed, and don't forget to like this video if you find it helpful. Feel free to share this video with your family and friends. Alright guys, so let's jump into the video. So guys, I have my pattern paper placed on the table and I have some lines drawn already. So I'm quickly going to explain to you guys how I got these lines. So I got this line by dividing the chest measurement of my client by 4. The chest measurement of my client is 44. I'm going to divide that by 4. So divide that by 4 and you're going to have 10.5. I'm going to be taking my measurement from this line. The shoulder measurement is 19. I'm going to divide that by 2, which will give me 9.5. I'm going to add 0.3 to this 9.5. That 0.3 that I'm going to add will serve as the seam allowance for the armhole. So I'm going to draw a straight line connecting it from this point to the chest line. So on the chest line, I'm going to extend it by 1.5. In some cases, you can extend it by 2 inches, all right? So I'm going to, come down from the shoulder by 2.5. This is going to be my shoulder slant. You can come down by 2 inches. You can come down by 3. So I'm going to draw a slant and from this point to this point here. So to get my armhole, I'm going to take the measurement between the shoulder slant and the chest line. What I have here is 8 inches and the midpoint is going to be 4 inches. That is 8 divided by 2. So from that midpoint, I'm going to come in by 1.5 inch. So I'm going to make a connection from this point to this point all the way to my chest line. So I'm going to be doing this with my armhole curve. You can, do a freehand sketch if you can. So let's go over to the neck. The neck round is 17.2 inches. I'm going to divide that by 6. So I have 2.8666, like multiple 6. So I'm going to be deducting 0.3 from my actual answer is because I'm going to fix a facing to this top while sewing it. If I don't do that and I fix my facing, it is going to enlarge it. Okay, so I'm going to sew on a 0.3 mark. So I had to deduct it so that when I sew, it is not going to affect the actual neck measurement. I hope it makes sense to you. If you're not going to put a facing in yours, probably you want to pipe the neck, then you don't need to deduct anything. Just mark your actual answer. So I'm going to have 2.5666. So now for the neck depth, I'm going to add 0.5 to the answer that I got after deducting 0.3 from my 2.8. All right. So what I have here is 3.0666. So I'm going to approximate that to 3.1 and I'll mark my answer here. So to get our neckline, I'm going to draw a square. That is, I'm going to connect the neck width to the neck depth. So I'm going to use my armhole curve to get my perfect round. Usually for guys, what we do here is a round neck. All right, so it's unusual to see a guy having a v-neck or a square neck. Not that they don't wear it, but as senator wears, guys prefer a round neck. So for my shoulder line, I'm going to take my full length measurement for the top, which is 34. So from that 34 inches line, I'm going to add 4 inches extra. This is going to be for the folding. So this is the chest measurement, which is 10.5, and then this is the allowance that I added, which is 1.5. So measuring from this center front to that point, what I have is 12 inches. I'm going to take this measurement all the way down. So from my shoulder line, I'm going to measure where I want my slit to start from. So from the shoulder to 27 inches. So my slit is going to start from this 27 inches. So I'm going to measure another ½ inch for my top opening. Why I'm doing this is for you not to forget where you are going to start your opening from. So I'll go on to connect my point. Okay, now that I'm done with that, I'll go on to cut out my pattern. So I'm going to use this front part to cut out my back pattern. So I already placed my front pattern on a plain sheet. So from the shoulder line, I'm going to raise it by 3 inches. And on this side, I'm going to raise it by 2.5 inches. So remember when I was slanting this, I slanted here by 2.5 inches. So that was why I raised here by 2.5 inches and I raised here by 3. In case you slant by 2 inches, you're going to raise here by 2 inches and here by 2.5. And in case you slant by 3 inches, you're going to raise here by 3 inches and here by 3.5. So I'll go on to connect my 2 points. So don't forget, this was the point where I raised by 3 inches, and then this was the point where I raised by 2.5 inches. So I'm going to join from this shoulder slant to this line, and I'm going to bend my ruler a little, like I'm going to make it a little bit slant. So from this point too, I'm going to join to the shoulder slant. So to get the back neck, I'm going to come down by 1.5 inch. So I'm going to curve it here, but before I do that, let me draw a straight line to help me get my curve well. So I will use my armhole curve to draw my curve. So this is just the only difference between the front and the back pattern. So I'm going to go on to cut out my back pattern. So we're not done yet. I'm going to trim my neck. So when I'm going to sew, I'll sew this on a ½ inch mark. So I'm going to bend this to encroach a little bit on the front pattern by ½ inch. So I'll check if I'll have any excess popping out, so that I'm going to trim everything. And yes, I have an excess. So I'm going to try to match up this from this point. And coming to this other side, I'm also going to mark my excess just to be sure of where to cut. So I'm going to go on to trim this out. So when I bend this again, I'm going to have a seamless curve. So I'm going to cut the side too. So when I bend, I don't have any excess again. So with this pattern, you can make any senator style you want. This is just the basic. This is what you need before you start adding any orishi you want to add on your dress, any designs you want to add on your dress. With this one, you can make the one with the front placket. With this one, you can make the one, with the zipper by the shoulder, whichever one you want. All right, this is just the perfect pattern for any senator top you want to cut. All right, guys, next video is going to be on how to cut the sleeve. Let me know what you think about this video. If you enjoyed it, please give this video a thumbs up. If you want to see more of this video, let me know in the comment section below. So I'll show you guys how to use this pattern to create different senator styles. All right, guys, until next time, keep loving, keep crushing, and I'll catch you in my next video. Bye.